You try to think that from a Pascal, from the Nicolas Cage movie?
Yes.
The Unbearable Weight of a Massive Talent. What are we going to call it? I came up with the podcast name. You come up with this name. Because I like reviewing stuff, but like reviewing movies is like your.
It's not.
You love it.
I love it, but that
Like
doesn't
you love
mean-
watching movies on cinema, at cinema, or whatever it's called.
I differ. Alright, so one thing about am I on a stroke?
I don't know.
And,
I hope not. Because I'd have no one.
Alright. Not on camera.
I mean, I'd have Morgan, I'd have my mom. But like,
One thing about us reviews.
no one close to me.
I'm Alex.
I'm depressed.
Stressed. I'm stressed. And together we make Stressed and Depressed. Alright, so we're here to review the last 2 episodes of The Last of Us, episodes 5 and 6. What are the titles?
Episode 5, Endure and Survive.
Endure and Survive.
Ooh.
Whew. This episode was a doozy.
Yes.
And when I say a doozy, I mean at the end of it was nothing but pure chaos, just everything. So obviously we watched the show, we know what the show's about. There's an apocalypse of some sort, an infection.
I'll stop you there.
Fungal.
Obviously, we've played the game, so we know what the show's about.
Spoilers.
Yes. You said I watched the show, so I know what the show's about. That's neither here nor there.
I mean, if you've watched the first 4 episodes, you know what the show's about.
Do you?
We obviously haven't seen a
Probably
lot.
the government.
Oh,
That's what people would say.
jackfruit bugs.
Jab.
We haven't seen many of the infected. We've only seen them from far away, and we've had a few clickers.
We saw the one up close where he fucking tongue kissed Tess.
Yes. But this episode was crazy. The ending with the infected and the bloater was amazing. The pure. It was just crazy. And the episode was already good because you get Henry and Sam and their story, and the acting, of course, is A+. And then Pedro and Bella, of course, is A+. I'll keep going back to it, but I have nothing bad to say. I have nothing bad to say.
Well, I got a lot of notes for this episode. Okay. So the first thing I said is when Perry talks, all I can hear is Tommy.
Yeah.
From the game, it makes sense. We talked about that in our last episode. It makes sense. He's the voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like that's all I can see. And I like how they're showing how ruthless people can get when there's like no rules.
Oh yeah.
No rules, no nothing. How just crazy people get. Like I don't know how I felt about at the time. I didn't know how I felt about them making Sam deaf. Even though it doesn't really, it makes the story. It's more emotional in a way because it's like that's just another level that he relied on Henry for.
Yes.
But the paint over the eyes that he did over Sam's eyes.
Yeah. Heart-wrenching.
While it was a nice gesture and a cool idea, wouldn't be very good for the kid's eyes.
And the clothes.
I'm talking about afterwards, just the fumes that would be coming off of them.
It's a shit.
Wouldn't be very good, because you know that's not like rated face paint. It was just like regular paint. So that's just not a snidbit. So like kids don't do that.
No snidbits.
I think the woman that was playing the leader, Kathleen, just based off of her look, you cut her hair, she would make a real good male. Like they favored. From the second game,
Oh yeah.
If you cut her hair, you can see it. Like they look extremely similar.
Look, that's what.
Yeah. But also when Joel woke up and Sam was standing over him with the gun, like just on his bed, just shot him. I don't know why, but I was wanting Joel to kick him so bad. I'm just sitting the kid flying.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids. I like how Joel just looks pissed and annoyed the entire time.
Yeah.
Where he's like, no, like, he just said it. he just has an asshole voice. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
He just looks fed up, and I love that. I like how they made a nod to the games with the comics that they were reading in the tunnel, as it paid like homage to like the comics you collect during the play of the game. I like that. I wish they would have had the tunnel scene. I wish it would have been the same as the one in the game, like where they get separated and like you're fighting your way out.
Yeah, because he hits Henry, and Henry tells him, "I'm only worried about my boy, my brother."
So I just wish they'd have kept that whole scene because I thought that was a cool scene. Although I got fucked up by those stalkers playing the game.
That'll do it.
I did like how they gave Joel some humanity with not wanting to shoot the old man in the house. Because in the game I walked in and just blasted him, like without hesitation. But I like how he didn't want to. I like how they're doing all that. The bloater outfit looked really cool.
Oh yeah.
And I also read an article that the suit weighed 88 pounds. And the guy was in makeup for 6 hours to get it all done. Jeez. So the fact that he's kind of running, which the dude was like 6 foot, like 8. Like he's an Australian actor. He's like huge. And all I want to say on this matter is, fuck that creepy ass little kid clicker thing. Fuck her. I saw her immediately and I'm like, no. We're not doing this.
She's a contortionist.
Yeah, because one thing about me,
he hates kids, ghost kids.
Little creepy
demon children.
I don't fuck with them. It's unnatural. I don't like it.
Yeah, that scene with them coming out of that hole.
It was badass.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, I'm not gonna lie. Part of me thought maybe Ellie was on to something with her blood. I know it's not. I know it don't work like that. But I'm like, maybe in the game, in the show, they might.
It was a kid being a kid trying to save her.
But I like the fact that she tried. And then the last thing I have is the scene. We all know what scene I'm referring to. Hey, you know, fuck me up a little bit. Who are you waving at?
Yeah, the one. Oh, the ending was.
You seen Ghosts again?
No. Okay, he was telling us to make sure we get our mics up. Woo!
Okay.
That scene. I was prepared
What did I do?
Huh?
What did I do?
That's what I'm saying. I told my wife. I said I'm probably gonna cry when the scene comes on, and she's like, "Why?" And I said, "Well,
you don't understand.
You just don't get it." And then it happened, and she just her putting that fucking notepad on the grave, that got me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just whoo. When I say whoo, I mean whoo. I had to cry. Then her fucking telling Joel, "Come on," and him just being that he understands the grief she's going through. So that whole God. What is with HBO and emotions? Like our emotions. You know, there was some stuff in House of the Dragon you got us with. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are you trying to make us cry? Make us suffer. Bring Westworld back to HBO Max.
Gang. Alright, episode 6. Ken.
Okay. You go.
I like that they showed a little bit of his interrogation technique. But I want them to go more into it.
Well, he didn't do it to the extent he does.
No, because I want to see that like scene from the game, even though it's technically already passed. But I just want to see it. Point to it, and it better be the same as she pointed me.
No, it's not. You haven't passed that point yet.
You're right, we haven't.
Because that's when.
Yeah.
When she's with those cannibals.
Spoilers. I hope we see that. But I hope they showed it again later, and I hope it's brutal. Technically, it wasn't on camera; it was down here. It's okay.
Okay. All right. Continue. Okay.
I like how they're making Joel have like PTSD attacks, like panic attacks, anxiety attacks. I think it's cool. I think it's a nice added nuance. But like I said, I don't know if it's from being in the military. I don't know if it's from just all the shit he's been through over the years. I don't know if it's the daughter, like it's his daughter playing back, and how like she died, and it's like now he's got another girl. It's like everyone he's cared about essentially is like they're dead or gone, or if it's just a combination of everything. I was like, I'm not gonna lie though. When Joel and Tommy reunited, they got me a little bit. Like they were running to each other and they're like embracing. I'm like, that got me a little bit because it's just I felt it. And I really like the house they put Joel in. I love the way that house looks.
Yeah.
I think it's gorgeous on the outside.
Gorge.
And then I said, Pedro's acting has been great this whole season so far. But his acting, on tonight's that episode, especially when he was in the shoe shop talking to Tommy, and he's like crying, talking about like I'm a film. His acting in the episode was phenomenal, and you could feel the emotion and the pain in his eyes. And I have a little bit of a part when they separated. When he was like, I want you to take her. Granted, Ellie didn't run off like she did in the game, but there was a line I was wanting him to hit her with, that I loved in the game that he didn't hit her with in the show. That line he said where you're treading on some mighty thin ice, Ellie. I was wanting him to say it so bad when she mentioned Sarah, his daughter. But I did like the line, how he delivered it. So you have no idea what loss is.
But she does.
Well, yes. But I liked it. His acting was, I said, I just wish he'd have kept that you're treading on some mighty thin ice, because I love that scene. And I ain't gonna lie. Joe fucked that dude up. When they were at the university, that dude swung on him, he fucking grabbed him, headbutted his shit, and fucking snapped his neck. He fucked that dude up, but then, I don't know if it was a knife. He got kniffed. And so now we get to see that whole, and then Bella's acting, where she was like, no, I can't do this without you. She did good in that scene too. Like she impressed me. I hated her. I don't know if I'm gonna say hated her, but I didn't like her as Ellie in the beginning. But I'm coming around to it. Like I still don't know how I feel about her for season 2 Ellie. But right now, I think she's doing great so far. And I like the fact that the next episode will be the DLC content. I'm glad they're not skipping over it. Like, I'm glad they're going into it.
I can't believe it's already almost over. We've got 3 more episodes left.
Mm-hmm.
So, alright. So, the beginning with the two, with the Graham Greene and his wife. You remember him from Wind River?
Yes.
Sheriff.
The sheriff, yeah. He got shot.
It's a good movie. Watch it. Wind River. Those two. That scene was just amazing.
You sell him soup? Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Why didn't you shoot him? It's just
perfect. It's like that's marriage. Everything just I can't keep saying nice things here. You know, I'm trying to find flaws, but you're not finding the flaws. The acting is great. The set pieces are perfect. Everything is perfect, and I'm mad. And it upsets me. Because, you know, you're not supposed to... I don't want people to think we're biased of shows, because we've watched some bad stuff in the past, right?
Oh, God, yes.
We've watched some uneven things. Banshee.
Oh.
Alright, calm your ass down. We watched Banshee. If you ever watch Banshee, it can get out there. But this show is just... Pedro with his brother, Pedro with Ellie. Every scene he's in knocked it out of the park. Even him thinking he's seeing Sarah. And just the emotion across his face when he thinks he sees her. Remember that girl with the hair?
Yes, when he thought it was his daughter, he started having another panic attack.
Yeah.
That was really good. I did like that part. Because it's like, and when he saw her with the kid, it's like, that's like what he could have had.
But
he could have experienced that.
Everything was just, makes sense. And now we're going to go to the Left Behind content. So I think next week is going to be a good one. That girl that's playing opposite Ellie, she is significantly taller than Ellie. If you looked at it, I was like, Jesus. But it was a great episode. 5 on 5.
It was really good. Probably my favorite episode so far. Because in the beginning, it was just...
I love the town of Jackson.
Like, that's not going to scare us. It scared him.
Yeah. I live in Jackson. Like, the way it is, I live there. Because Pedro, I think we've always known, but he was good in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Bella was good in Game of Thrones. You know, Pedro's never been bad in anything I've ever seen. So I don't think we should expect anything less.
He played a really good Latino mother on SNL.
Married her when she found out she was a child of God. But I'd highly recommend the show. I'd highly recommend you play the games.
Yes.
Play the games first, form your own opinions, and then watch the thing. We're also going to get Troy Baker. We haven't seen him yet, but I know he's going to be.
Oh, we should be getting Ashley Johnson too.
Yes, who plays Ellie's mother,
Mm-hmm.
apparently. So, you know what? Watch it. Watch it. Don't go by our opinions. We're just telling the world how we feel.
That's true. Listen to the podcast we have too. One Thing About Us podcast.
25 episodes.
You can find it on the same YouTube channel as this will be.
And if you can't find it, search harder.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You might not. Yeah.
Or message us and we'll send you a link.
Yeah, we will. On Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can find our podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio. I think I said something twice.
I thought we were boycotting iHeartRadio.
Are we?
Why would we be?
I don't know.
We're not.
We're not.
We'd also like to give a shout
Unless someone
out.
wants to pay us to boycott them.
We'd also like to give a shout out to the lady at Publix today who riled his.
Fuck her! No, fuck her.
No,
but
not
if
good.
anyone does want to pay us, like sponsorships or anything, like we're available. We'll promote
Nitro Pepsi.
like anything, really, for the most part.
Nitro Pepsi. Veganism.
It's not fun being paid. You know, some people are like, I only promote things that I support or that I truly believe in. If the number's right.
If you ain't racist
Yeah, there's some.
or sexist, if
There's
you're-
some. There's some.
So let's not get crazy.
Yeah, because I probably won't promote everything.
I don't want the KKK going and be like,
Yeah,
hey,
you're
you
right.
Support us? No.
Blue Chew though,
We found one in our work bathroom.
he did,
So someone,
and then he texted me the picture.
maybe we'll post a picture on our website. When you got to do it, you got to do it.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta go right now.
Find you-
We're gonna be doing a photo shoot at some point, so be on the lookout for those pictures. Those will be
We got to get the outfit.
A++. But yeah, so this has been another episode
One
of
thing about us reviews.
One Thing About Us reviews. One Thing About Us, we review.
That's stuck.
Nah, it stuck. So
Ooh-wee. Stay sexy.
stay classy and keep laughing because that normally gets said.